Hi, my name is Luke McGuire. I'm going to be doing a recreation of the experiment Robert Boyle did back in the 1600s. It is now called, today, Boyle's Law. It measures the pressure of a gas. So, the materials you will need are a beaker filled with water, some food coloring or colored indicator, whatever, small beaker for replacing some of the water in your pipette. Here's the pipette, and a ruler that measures in millimeters. Oh, hold on. Got some of my stuff there. Alright. Heavy duty spring clamp. Safety goggles, most important. Put those on right now. Okay, oh, and your graphs to record your data. We'll be recording the data with the number of books. Oh yeah, and thin books for weight. We'll get to that later on in the video. Okay, so we'll be measuring books, millimeters, and pressure right there. Okay, so first you want to take your beaker filled with water. Then you're going to want to unscrew your indicator coloring and put about 10 drops, or as many as you want, as long as you can see it pretty good. I'm going to do it a little more expected so you guys can see the video, or the color in the water in the video. Okay, mix that up a little more. I'll put a couple more in there, just for good measure. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that in the camera. Next, you're going to take your pipette and bend it over in the beaker and squeeze the bulb as far as you can. Get as much air out of it as you can, and just let go of it. It'll fill with water. Now, there's going to be most likely a air bubble at the top. So what you're going to do is just make sure the air bubble gets to the bottom and squeeze a little bit of as much of the air as you can, and then pull it out. See? And now the air bubble is not as big. So, now that we have pipette filled with the indicator water, we are now going to use our clamp. So hold on, let me clamp this real quick. Okay, hold on, just a few more seconds. Alright. So now we have clamped the very end of the pipette with the clamp, obviously. And now we're going to measure. Oh wait, not yet. Now we're going to take one of the thin books and place it on top of the bowl at the top of the pipette. Now we're going to measure, and it's about 100 millimeters, 110 millimeters. So we record that data right here, 110, and I'll get in the pressure level up. Okay, now you could take your second book. Okay, your second book, you can kind of see the water has kind of come out a little bit right there. See that little line right there? So we'll measure it. There it is. It kind of comes out, then comes back in. So I'm measuring about, you can kind of see it right there, lined up with the 10 centimeter mark. So that's about 100 millimeters. So we'll go 100. Now, we'll take the third book. We got 1, 2, 3. And let's see here. If I can get this camera lined up. Where in the world? Oh, there it goes. It's moved up a little more. You can kind of see the line. It's done the same thing. You can't really see the coloring in there, but I think the coloring helps you see that line right there. Okay, so you're going to measure that. We're just going to repeat this process a couple more times. Measure, line up this, line up this. So it keeps going down about 10, but we'll do 93 millimeters, looks like. So 93 millimeters. We'll take our fourth book. There. Now, we're gonna see, I think it's gone up a little bit. And so we'll put about 88 millimeters. So the pressure is definitely rising with this. It's moving the air closer to the clamp, so there's not as much room for the air to move. It's definitely rising. Okay, so we got that going for us. Now we're going to do one last book, the fifth one. Let's see where it is. You know, I think it's gone up just one. If you can see that in the camera, if the focus will go. Okay. It's gone about one, so I'll put 87. Okay, so you can see here number of books: 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, 4 books, 5 books. 1 book, 110. 2 books, 100. 3 books, 93. 4 books, 88. And 5 books, 87. And those are all in millimeters. Pressure, let's see here. Pressure for 1 book, I did this experiment earlier. I've done it a couple times, and the same result has come like every time. So I'm just gonna do what my other experiments did. So 1 book had about 50.4 pressure. The next one, it was around, with the experiments I did, about 6.7. And the next one was about 7.9. The pressure's not going up as much. I mean, if you look at the data right here, that's not going down as dramatically as it did at the very beginning. So the pressure for 4 was about around 8.2. And that 5 books on it, 87 millimeters. It was about 8.4. So that's my measurements and everything. This is just a simple way to measure pressure. I mean, it's not like, it's kind of like, bear with me for a second, just measuring a tire pressure with one of those gauges. You put it on the, what are they called? Oh, anyway, you know where it is. Where you fill air up with the tire. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, kind of like that. But this would be way more complicated to do with the tire. But this is just a simple way, if you want to have some fun with it, to just measure pressure. I mean, pressure is pretty important in everyday just science world. I mean, barometric pressure for rain and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, yeah, so Robert Boyle did a really good, I mean, I guess he knew how to keep it simple, and simple's good. I think science should be more simple than it is. Sometimes I think it gets too complicated and then there's no result because how complicated it is. But this is really simple. So, Boyle did a good job of conducting this experiment, and it's really easy to repeat too. So, thanks for watching, and you know, say thanks to Boyle for me or something. Bye.